All right, on today's Cowboys Report video, we are taking a look at some big-name players the Cowboys could add in an effort to go all in 2020 and make a Super Bowl run. Now, of course, they're not going to add every single player on this list. I think the Cowboys are firmly in playoff contention. Not convinced, in large part due to the defense, that they are in Super Bowl contention. Now, all of these moves are doable, especially individually. But they are all made easier if you simply pay Dak Prescott, which I'm not going to include, but that's probably one in there. So before I break down my list, I want to hear from you guys. Name a player that you want the Dallas Cowboys to add. It can be via trade or it can be a current free agent. Either of those options. My only request here is that we simply keep it realistic. I just saw the super chat that came in. I cannot wait to get it during the Q&A, so stay tuned for that one. It threw me off. I'm very sorry about that one, guys. All right, over to the first player on this list, Jadeveon Clowney. Look, Clowney fills one of the biggest needs on this Cowboys roster, and he's the best free agent left, so he's a natural inclusion here. The Cowboys, as of right now, are simply not interested at the current cost. However, in this video, I am not bound by what the Cowboys want to do. So here's what I propose. 1 year, $12 million deal for Clowney, and I cut Tyrone Crawford. I really end up paying Clowney just $4 million more than what I'm about to end up having to pay Tyrone Crawford. Wow, that seems like a no-brainer to me, but what do I know? Now, Clowney's production has dipped, and he was hurt last year. But there's an added benefit to adding Clowney on a 1-year deal. Yes, you pay more, but you feel way better about your defensive line, your pass rush rotation, at least I believe, especially getting after the quarterback. And oh, by the way, in theory, you pull a Robert Quinn 2.0 here, right? You have Clowney on your roster, and then he has a great year. He becomes too expensive for the Cowboys to retain, and you get a comp pick back next year to allow you to continue to add young talent or hopeful young talent. So if I'm the Cowboys, I am indeed, as the people have said in the comments, Downey for Clowney. I think it makes some sense. It's a good path for Dallas to pursue, but the key part here is figuring out the money, figuring out what's the amount the Cowboys would be willing to pay Clowney, because $12 million is a lot. Remember, you'd save $8 million by cutting Crawford. So what's the figure you have? All right? What would you pay Clowney per year? Comment this for me down there. I'm curious what your answers end up looking like. I think you can go a couple different routes. The numbers I typically see here are a little bit more than 10, a little bit less than 10. Or a little bit more, less than 15. I see 12, 13, 15, 8, all in the right price tag, so keep those comments coming. Now, I really need football to happen this year, so please wear a mask. If you don't have one for whatever reason, go get one. Cowboys versions are on sale. Chatsports.com/Cowboys mask. And there are a bunch of places out there who are requiring you to wear a mask. So don't be a Karen. Please just wear one. Chatsports.com/Cowboys mask. They've got individual and they've got all the way through 4-packs. Whole bunch of different styles and colors. Massive variety. Some will ship out faster than others. So go explore what they have. It's chatsports.com/Cowboys mask. All right, if you don't want to go the Clowney route, how about Everson Griffen instead? He's the second best pass rusher left on the market, so it still fills a need. He's probably cheaper. And honestly, you might even be able to keep Crawford if you want. I'm not sure I'd pursue that path, but it is an option for the Cowboys. And purely as a pass rusher, Griffen's probably a little bit better than Clowney. Both do a great job of getting pressures and getting hurries. Clowney's the better run stopper. That's why I prefer him in terms of the tiebreaker. But he'd be cheaper. At least I think he'd be cheaper. That's why I went with the proposed 1-year, $8 million offer, just above what the Cowboys normally like to cap themselves at when it comes to free agency. But there is a good debate that exists there between Clowney and between Griffen as to who would be a better fit for the Cowboys. I lean Clowney, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Type EG for Everson Griffen or type JC for Clowney. I lean JC. I think both of these are valid answers. I would simply prefer to go with, I think, the better overall player and pay a little bit extra. So I see some comments coming in, so we'll get to those two here. But EG for Griffen or JC for Clowney. All right, you guys knew he was going to be on here. Everyone who's ever watched a Cowboys Report video knew Jamal Adams was going to make this list. Now, not a surprise, but again, things have not really changed around Jamal Adams. This makes sense for Dallas, all right? Gives the Cowboys a superstar in the secondary, a top 5, if not top 3, if not number 1 player at his position. The problem with Adams, and it's less so from a money perspective, a asset perspective, it's expensive. This continues to be my offer that I think is fair for the Jets as well if they want to actually do a deal with the Cowboys, which I'm not convinced they do. A first, a fourth, and Cheeto as well to give them some cornerback help. Who says no? Cast your votes. J for the Jets, C for the Cowboys. I will break down how I fill the Awuzie hole in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Look, the Cowboys have tried to leak some stuff about where they're at with Adams and where the trade talks were at. The Jets don't want to send him to Dallas. That is a big-time red flag. And that's why, quite frankly, the video we did weeks ago on Jamal Adams, everything you need to know, it's all still correct. It's all still accurate. And it will remain accurate until Dak signs or doesn't sign, in which case it might change. But that video, it's on the channel. Type in Jamal Adams. You're going to find it. Go check it out. If you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe. All right, over now to an alternative Jamal Adams idea. If you don't want to spend the draft pick cost, or if you don't want to pay the big-time contract, how about Eric Reid? Now, Eric Reid might not start for the Cowboys. So you're going, wait, Tom, why do you have a backup in here? Because, A, Eric Reid's good at football. He is a very good safety who should be signed and should have been signed a while ago, quite frankly. But I like to pursue Eric Reid because it fills two potential problems. The first, my safety depth. Thompson, Wilson, Woods, Clinton Dix, they're all free safeties. I don't have a true strong safety on that roster. Now I do with Eric Reid. And, guys, if there are injury problems at linebacker, it's 2020. I would rather have a safety who can play linebacker to help fill that depth. If LVE gets hurt again or Sean Lee gets hurt again, honestly, I would rather bring in Eric Reid and play him as a sub-package linebacker than throw Joe Thomas out there. I think that makes sense for the Cowboys. Gives them some added flexibility, and it's a perfect fit for a depth or role player. I'll pay him 1 year, $2.5 million. If you guys don't like that, okay, that's fine. Let me know what you think. I think it'd be a great depth pickup there for the Dallas Cowboys. We told you guys about these earlier. The Dallas Cowboys Stronger Together hoodies and t-shirts up to 30% off. It goes for a great cause as well. So you'll save some money, donate the money to a good cause. All the proceeds go to the COVID-19 relief funds for the NFL. In the Cowboys case, it's the Salvation Army. These are all available at chatsports.com/CowboysStrong. That link will be in the comments and will be in the description, so go check it out today. All right, to fill my cornerback need, right? I desperately wanted to make this Patrick Peterson. I know many of you guys wanted to be Patrick Peterson. I don't think he's available for a trade. If he is, I'm all for it. Offer the Darius Slay deal in a heartbeat. Instead, or even above the Darius Slay deal, frankly. Instead, I'm going to go with William Jackson, who I think could be more obtainable, and I will give up a third-round pick for him. Now, that's expensive, but the Bengals need draft picks. They don't like to make trades anyway. It can be the comp third-round pick, and now we're cooking with gas. Now, Jackson is coming off, frankly, a down year. He is. But he can be a number one corner. He can actually play that number one corner role. And if Jackson has a great year, now you've got Jackson and Trevon Diggs long term. And all of a sudden, if Diggs plays well too, I go from feeling real nervous about the secondary to going, okay, this is going to work out pretty well. And I'll let you guys in on a secret. For those of you that don't want to trade draft picks, as producer Brett likes to say, they're often overvalued. Because the guy you get in the third round, hey, maybe he's a good player. Maybe he's Kavari Russell, third-round corner at a Notre Dame who didn't make the team's roster year one. It's a wild card. We know what you get with Jackson. And I do have concerns about the corners. It is my single biggest concern, actually, with this Cowboys roster as it's constructed right now. So how worried are you? Scale of 1 to 10 about the corners, or your confidence, what's your confidence level in it? 1 being you've got pretty much nothing. 10 being you think they're the best secondary in the NFL. If you type in 10, please message me on Twitter because I think you need to see a doctor or something because you've gone crazy. I see 5, I see 6, I see 2s, 4s. Below 5, probably feels about right at the current moment. One name that I'm going to continue to push for, Damon Snacks Harrison. Give me Harrison and Dontari Poe as the best one-technique duo in the NFL. How about 1 year, $2 million? Apparently no one wants Harrison. It's cheap. It's not that much more than Antoine Woods. Woods hasn't signed his ERFA tender yet. I don't think he's happy with the tender. So you know what? Let's upgrade instead. Gets me a little bit of pass rush help if I need it, but most importantly, look at those tackle for loss numbers. Look at those tackle numbers as an interior defensive lineman. He's a big boy who stops the run, and we are not giving up on that quite yet. So you go from Malik Collins and Antoine Woods and a bunch of bums at defensive tackle, and now you got Gerald McCoy, Dontari Poe, Neville Gallimore, and you bring in Damon Harrison. Who cares about Tristan Hill? I go too deep at both defensive line spots, and I feel great about it. And as a bonus, Damon Harrison fits the brand, folks. Fatties Only 2020. Get your t-shirt today. Shout out Teespring for hooking us up. Chatsports.com/Fatties Only. We know many of you have already bought. I will not be revealing the sizes of shirts that were bought, but things stuck accurately there. Chatsports.com/Fatties Only. The link is in the comments and it's in the description. The season will go on, and Fatties Only will culminate in a Dontari Poe touchdown. You can bet on it. Now, we were all defense for this. I had to include one offensive guy, and I didn't really have a great feel. I don't care about tight end too. If I'm trying to go all in, my mindset, let's go score the points. Let's get a vertical threat. How about Kenny Stills? Now, he's going to make $7 million if you're to be traded for. I ain't paying him $7 million. I'll give a 7th-round pick to Houston, which is a fair offer, just so we're clear. And Stills takes a pay cut down to like, I don't know, 3-ish, 2.5, whatever, still gets some money. He becomes the number 4 receiver, and now I got the best receiving core in the NFL. Because I can go 4 wide if I need to. If someone gets hurt, I get to put in Kenny Stills and not Devin Smith. Adding Kenny Stills to the roster, if you're going all in, is like taking Devin Smith, hitting the upgrade button until the button disappears altogether. Because Devin Smith is fast, he ain't Kenny Stills. You throw out Cooper, Gallup, Lamb, and Stills, I feel great about that. Now, the money Stills is going to make, non-starter, got to take a pay cut. But if someone gets hurt, I'm not panicking anymore. I can throw the ball vertically downfield. I have my speedy, legitimate deep threat. If you want to go all in, if you're the Cowboys and you're trying to add an offensive piece, if it's a pay cut, I think Kenny Stills is the single best option for the Dallas Cowboys. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.